Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am back. Today is September the 8th, 2022. We're going to talk about NIO today. We all have recognized and seen that they reported earnings yesterday. So I'm going to come through and talk about what I think price is going to do next. So welcome everyone to the channel. This is HueFin, also known as HueFin News. I do the price predictions. I'm the one who comes through on YouTube and drop price predictions without the complexities, without making it confusing, to show you all that it doesn't have to be that way, and that you can still profit from the market. You guys want to join me? You guys want to join this great community? Then I would advise that you do that. Hit that like button, and also subscribe here to the channel to ensure you all stay updated as to where prices are going to go within the stock market. Now, before I go into the earnings that NIO had, let me show you all what I expected anyway. Right? I did a video in NIO on August the 24th. You guys can see it right there. August the 24th, did a video in NIO. Now, originally, this price prediction has been on the chart ever since July the 22nd, 23rd. And as you all can tell, my analysis has been the same, and I didn't change it. We're still seeing weakness into the market in NIO. And here we were yesterday. The market opened all the way down on $16.54. Now, you guys can see I got my ultimate price target around 16. Did we find bottom yesterday after NIO reported earnings? What do you think? Because the market in NIO eventually closed 2.16% higher than the previous day. Are we still weak, or is NIO transitioning over into strength? Let's talk. Because one thing you guys can see from the earnings release is that the market plays on that type of information, right? It gives people opportunity and justification to say, oh, this is why the volatility increased. This is why the price went up 10%. This is why the market went down 10% because of this information. Now, I want you all to know that that's not the case. Price would move 10% higher. Price would move 10% lower without that news. So on the days that there's no news coming out, those who follow the news will have to explain, why did the market go up 10%, down 10% when there was no news? See, they like to placate on our emotions with the news. They know that. That is why NIO traded up almost 8, 9, 10% yesterday. But eventually it played back down to where it only ended up 2%. So when you see this from that perspective, I don't want you all to be led astray and say, this is why price went up. That's not the reason. Price went up because people was buying the market. Price went up because on an hourly basis, people were buying more than there were people selling. Now, eventually, you guys can tell that concluding yesterday's trading, that more selling came into the market in NIO, right? Because the price closed off of the highs. We came all the way down here, mid-bar, and closed. That tells us that there was a lot more selling going on into the market in NIO than there were buying. If the market was ecstatic about the earnings that came out, the market would have closed at the high of the bar, but it didn't. Follow the chart. So this is the earnings right here. So you guys can see real quick from Benzinga, NIO missed estimated earnings by 17.65%, reporting an EPS of around -20 cents versus an estimate of -17. Revenue was up though, $229 million from the same period last year. All right, cool. Excellent. Wonderful. What I'm going to do though is that, seeing that I had this price prediction on the chart for such a long period of time, I am going to get rid of it. Okay, so from the market open, you guys can see that's 14%. At the close of yesterday, you guys can see that's 9%. All right, now let's straighten this up again. Let's zoom out a little bit and see what's really going on into the market in NIO. Okay, so we can see it. Let me pull this over to the weekly chart. Okay, because I want us to keep it real. And right here last week, the market in NIO was weak. Okay, looking at this on a 2 weekly chart again, I don't understand why people continually try to fluff you all up and tell you that the market is strong and that you need to be buying on the dips. Look at this. This is 6 consecutive 2 weekly price bars, right? So we got 12 weeks. 12 weeks that price in NIO has been trending down. So out of those 12 weeks, if you've seen any video talk about NIO and how you need to come in and buy it, they obviously have not been looking at the chart. The market is telling us what we need to be doing, and it's telling us that you should not be buying the market yet. This is NEO on the monthly chart. Okay. So now, from a monthly chart, you guys can see where the buyers could be positioned. This is where we absolutely, positively cannot see the market break. If we see the market break this level right here, I'm telling you right now, from out the gate, $16 to the downside, we're going to come back down to test 12 and possibly this trend line. Now, I know there's a lot of proponents out there, you know, on social media and on mainstream media talking about the crash isn't over. That is the outcome that we're going to see if that crash is not over for stocks. That is where NEO's going to go. So I wanted to show you all that perspective. Like, let's not be confused. Let's not be scared. Let's not be nervous. Let's be prepared for it. And I'm here to tell you today that be prepared to see NEO fall below 16 and run down here to $12.25, and then eventually $8. Now, I know a lot of you all act like that can't happen. Many of you all act like it couldn't fall to $24 to $16. But here we are today. We can see the market in NEO still fall another 50%. Keep that in mind. Okay. So everything hinges on seeing price hold 16. So if you guys want a number to remember, it is $16. That is the number to remember in NEO. Every other number that someone gives to you, throw it out. $16 is where we need to see confirmation. Okay, we got to see it. If we don't see that, I don't think the people are ready to hear that as to where price is going to go. All right, so I'm going to put that line back on my chart because we're going to use that as a reference point. That's why the market in NEO went up. It's because everyone sees the same thing. Everyone has access to the same type of information, right? Of course they do. So look at that. Okay. Now I'm going to keep this here because this is the long-term view as to where we can see the market run. But right now, don't pay attention to that line. These two lines is where we need to be paying attention. Okay. Now, I told you $12 will be next. So let's do that. Now you guys can see it. This is where the battle lines are being drawn between the buyers and the sellers. Right up here, this downtrend line is where the sellers are positioned. And down here on this horizontal line, $16, $12 is where the buyers are at. You guys can see where the gyrations and the battles have been occurring, and we all can clearly tell and see who's winning. Exactly, the sellers are winning in the market for NEO. So now, what do you think we should be doing? Right? Currently, overall, speaking broadly, the market is weak. Right? In NEO, I'm looking for it to go down. And any bouts of strength that come into the market, we see the market run up and it doesn't break $20 or price does not break this downtrend line, don't get fooled. We understand that price is eventually going to continue to go down. The objective for the buyers is for them to take this area out, right? We want to see the market in NEO break out. That tells us something then. If we don't see that, we already know where we're going to go. Okay. So let me put this on the chart because I'm still looking at the weakness into the market in NEO. Now, $20 is that new rejection area resistance. Okay. That's going to take us to this descending line. That is where I'm be paying attention to see the buyers are really convinced that they want to take this market higher in NEO. Because if they don't, then I know that that move higher is fake. Okay. Now my first price target, again, like I said, I reiterated, is around 16. That's my first price target. Now from where the market closed yesterday, that's 8.5%. My second one is going to be around 14. I'm just going to leave it at 14, but understand, we break 16, $12 is going to be next. Okay. So now that is it. I am done. I'm going to leave it right there. You guys can see what I'm looking at into the market in NEO. Still looking for the downtrend to continue. The sellers are actually winning in this space. Okay. So now, give me your thoughts. Make sure you maintain profitability, and as always, trade different.